It's 2 weeks.
You're taking what used to be June, right? You take what used to be June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already repurposed it, let's say. And frankly, Celia had tried.
Good evening.
No.
This is our first in-person meeting in quite a while, so welcome. Very happy to be here. Before we start, I have a couple of announcements to make. I have 3. I would like to welcome our newest member, Nancy Steinecke, to the commission. I would like to congratulate Monte Burrows. He is getting his master's degree tomorrow. So congratulations. And I will not be at the meeting in June, and it will be Greg Schweitzer's last meeting. So I wanted to thank Greg for serving on the commission. We will miss you. And with that, we will begin. Begin the 870th meeting of the City of Laurel Historic District Commission. The qualifications of the members of the commission, the staff to the commission, and any consultants used are on file with the city and are hereby made a part of each and every application heard today. The guidelines and procedures adopted by the commission are also made a part of each and every application. Each application heard today is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. Brooke, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole.
Here.
Ms. McSweeney.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Thank you. Item number 2, approval of the minutes for the regular HDC meeting held on April 16th, 2024. Are there any corrections or comments?
I move that the minutes be approved as written.
Is there a second? Brooke, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I abstain. Thank you. Item number 3, HDC 2024-0106 for 338 Main Street, submitted by Randolph Williams. The applicant is seeking approval to install a new, it's not a sign, it's awning. On the agenda, it says sign. It's awning. Is the applicant here? Would you like to come forward? Tell us about your project.
Good evening. Yeah, it's just I'm putting up a awning like it's a separate 3 awning. It's metal. It's gonna look like Ragamuffin and Skyview.
So it's not a solid.
Right.
Okay. And you're taking over the rest of the building
Yes.
for your restaurant? Okay. Nice.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions?
Can staff scroll to the proposed look on the packet? There's, I think, a rendering of what it'll look like.
Yes.
Questions?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve.
I have questions.
Oh, you do?
So, sir, tell me where the awning is coming out from.
Where it's,
Uh, the-
where it's coming out from?
Yes, I mean, is it coming out from the roof part? Is it coming out from the top of the door?
Over the door, yes. Just like how you see it on the image, that's how it's going to be.
Right over the door. It's flat.
Yes.
And I guess there's going to be some kind of, not holes, but for like the rain or something to come through, or is it solid all the way?
It's not solid.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Just one, the downspout. Is that against the building?
If it's against the building, yes.
So it doesn't come out into, I was thinking of a tripping hazard.
What
No, it's not on the
downspout?
other.
There's a downspout.
In this picture? Oh, in that picture.
What are you
The
looking
other
at?
picture.
In the artist's rendering?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I don't see it.
There's none. There's
Okay.
none there.
Huh?
There's none.
There's no
There's not,
downspout.
no. Okay. Anything else?
Madam Chair, I would move that we approve HDC 2024-0106 for 338 Main Street.
Madam Chair, this is Mr. Schweitzer. I'll second.
Thank you. Brooke, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Schweitzer?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. McSeany?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder? Yes. Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke? Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you so much for coming and telling us about your project. We really
Thank you.
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Item number 4, HDC 2024-0107 for 925 Montgomery Street. And I'm going to mispronounce this, I think. Submitted by Hameed. Okay, you short, that's good, shorter. Hameed Viru? Is that right? Okay. Excellent. Would you like to come up and tell us about your project? Oh, it's already been completed.
So there is no street parking on that premises. So it was, as you see the picture, there is too tiny, like a 18 inches ramp kind of thing, goes all the way to the back. So what I did, I widened it to make the solid concrete driveway. I did not know the property is in HDC. So that was my mistake. Sorry about that.
We like the strips.
Oh, there was no parking, so I thought people will have, whoever will move in will have more parking. So I was thinking that aspect.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Can I hear a motion, or do we have more questions? Yes.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC 2024-0107 for 925 Montgomery Street.
There's,
Madam Chair, I'll second the motion.
Brooke, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Schweitzer,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Steinecke, Ms. Snyder, Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Matheny.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And-
much.
And please, the next property you buy, please make sure if it's,
Sure.
in a historic district, you
Yes, please. I will do that.
check things out before you do anything.
Definitely.
And thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pass on the information to the people that buy it, that
Yes.
they are in a historic.
Yes, definitely will do.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming. Item number 5, HDC 2024-0108 for 703 Main Street. The applicant is seeking approval to install a gate on a driveway to secure the lot and stop people from dumping trash on the property. And I do not see Mr. Pieslak, and I am guessing Mr. Hubbard is here to speak.
Just to answer questions if you have them. I'm the Director of Operations at the parish,
Okay.
and the lot at 703 Main Street is empty, and we're trying to clean it up and make it useful for youth activities. We've been doing various things, for over the years, and about maybe 6 weeks ago, we had a dumpster in there and filled it up and hauled it off, and we have another dumpster full of trash there.
Oh, wow.
But our problem is that somebody that we haven't been able to catch yet has been coming in and dumping stuff in there, and we're trying to prevent that. And that's why we've asked for permission to put up a gate. And that's
Name
why
the
we're here.
parish, just so we have it on record.
Sorry?
Did you name the parish?
Oh, St. Mary of the Mills Parish, yes.
Okay.
So I do have a question. Where the gate is it going to be visible from Main Street?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
I think the drawing you have shows it as being visible, but it's, we have the ability, if we start it at the end of the existing fence, and if we make it straight from there, we can situate it such that it'll be perpendicular to the street.
Okay.
Wouldn't be completely invisible, but it would not
Right.
not jump out at you.
Yes. Yes. That would be good.
So, sir, what that gate is doing is just preventing cars from going through there, correct?
We don't even know what's going in there, whether it be cars or ATVs or whatever the case may be. I have, on a daily basis, I put cones in there, and we have a sign that says no dumping, but people just come and move it out of the way and come in and do what they do. And
But I'm just saying, it looks like pedestrians could still.
Sure.
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
They're not
You can
gonna
only
be
do so
hauling a lot
much.
of trash.
Can only do so much, right?
That's right. That's right. Whatever will work for you.
Madam Chairwoman, I have a question on the application.
Yes.
The application farther up on the packet also shows the trees. Are they part of this application or?
The trees have already been removed.
Okay.
Yeah, they're separate,
Okay. So they're part of a different application.
right?
Okay.
And it's being able to be handled by the staff.
Yep.
This was the only one that required HDC interaction.
You mean the tree?
Pardon?
So is there a tree that's
Well,
part
the
of
trees
this?
are still there. We've gotten.
Oh, I thought the trees had been removed.
No, we have.
I
We're
just
in the
wasn't sure for
process.
staff if we were,
Oh,
I wasn't sure if we were approving just the gate or if the trees were part of it since they're in the packet tonight.
okay.
So is it the trees and the gate tonight?
It is the trees tonight. Oh, okay, because I thought we had not approved the trees as a staff approval because the tree person that you all were going to use, although they have license numbers, they are not licensed if you look them up on the state website.
True, and we're finding another one who has the licenses. That's still
Okay.
pending.
Okay,
But so we're following all the things that the staff has told us to do.
okay.
So we have not taken down the trees yet.
Oh, okay. So your application is for the gate.
Not the trees.
Not, that's a separate application that's being
Okay,
worked
so
separately.
it's late at a
We have
later
three different
date.
applications. in.
Okay. All right.
The only one we're talking about now is the gate.
Okay.
This is Emily Klein Gibson with ECD. I just wanted to clarify quickly. This is one application for the gate as well as the removal of 3 trees. It's grouped together for one application.
Is it on the application?
Okay.
It's part of the staff report, yes.
Okay, so it's just not on the agenda. So you want to remove the trees and replace them with cedar trees or some other kind of tree,
We're
correct?
trying to get the same kind of trees that are in there already, because that's what we were told to do, basically. And you can't see them in any of well, you see the dead trees there, but you can't see the other trees that are in there that had already been planted that are young and they're about this tall now. And we're trying to maintain that same type of thing.
Oh, so you want to plant more of what you already have
Well,
planted?
we're required to replace, the ones we take down, we're required to
Yes.
replace.
Yes.
So that's, the proposal is to
Yes.
replace them one for one with appropriate trees.
Right.
And what we're waiting, the pending issue with the expert is to tell us, yes, they are dead, or if they're not dead at the moment, they're going to die soon and they're dangerous. And that was the whole issue there, that we had to make sure that we had somebody qualified to tell us that.
Okay, so you still don't have somebody to tell you that they're dead.
Brian's working on it.
Okay. Nor do you
he's
have
reached out to
somebody
several.
to remove them once
We
they
do
are
have that, sure.
Oh, you do have that.
Yeah, I have people on my own staff who can do that once we get the approval.
Who are going to remove those very large dead trees.
We have that capability. I probably won't have them do it. I'll probably hire somebody
Okay.
to do it, but we have the capability. That's not an
Okay.
issue at all. It's the approval.
Okay, just because in the state of Maryland, only licensed tree professionals are supposed to remove trees.
Right. We got that.
Okay, so I guess my question now to staff is, you want us to approve something that the application's not complete. Is that what you're saying?
This is Emily Klein Gibson. It's my understanding that if the trees don't have certified arborist approval saying that they're dead,
Right.
then it would not be a staff approval, but you would have the authority to approve it.
Okay.
Since there is no letter.
Okay, so we don't need to wait for, if we approve it, then there's no reason for him, all right. Those trees look dead to me. So what you're looking for is approval to remove 3 dead trees and put up a gate with this application,
Okay,
right?
absolutely.
Okay. Any questions? Any more questions?
No, but I'd like to say thank you for getting rid of dead.
Yes. Yes.
It's long overdue.
Okay.
Great.
Could we have, yes,
I would
please.
like to make a motion to approve HDC 2024-0108 for 703 for installing a gate and removing.
Brooke, we have a motion to approve this application. Could you call the roll?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Schweitzer,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McStaney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much for coming and
Thank you.
explaining all of that. Go ahead and get them removed,
Yay.
preferably
much.
by a licensed tree expert, in my opinion, but
It's okay. Thank you.
You have our blessing. Thank you. Okay. Item number 6, HDC 2024-0109 for 373 Main Street, submitted by Terrill Hawkins. The applicant is seeking approval to complete an exterior renovation with new everything. And the renovation has already started, and a stop work order was issued. Are you Mr. Hawkins? Oh. Okay. Well, would you like to come up and tell us about your project, please?
Hi, I'm Javier Ramos. I'm the building owner. We bought the building sometime last year.
Okay.
My wife actually took over. There was a salon there before, and she just took over the space and started working in the salon.
Okay.
But once we bought the building, the building has a lot of issues. It has a lot of old bones, filtration really like throughout the siding and stuff like that. It is failing. I didn't know. I mean, this is our first undertaking on something like this. Okay. And really, we wanted to replace the siding.
Yes.
But it was going to be the same cost to make it nicer. We went to an architect. And we replaced some of the windows at the top because also those windows, they're failing. Okay. They're like the old single pane, and we were trying to get like new energy efficient ones. But in the midst of all this, we hired an architect to come up with plans. So we want to start, the renovation, replace the awning, replace all the facade. Also the back area in our application. The back parking area is kind of sloped, so you really can't park. Doesn't really look that nice. So we wanted to build a retaining wall, and that's a part of the application as well. To build a retaining wall to make the back surface area straight and nice for parking.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Sir, tell me your name again.
Javier Ramos.
Okay. And then tell me who Mr. Hawkins is again.
He's a permit expediter, so he's teamed up with our architect to like submit our paperwork and stuff like that. I guess
the architect isn't here.
No, he's not here. He actually wanted to join by Zoom because he's actually both the permit expediter and my architect. They're both on holiday this week, so that's why they're not here. So
in the historic district where this property is,
yes,
windows are a very important part of the building, and that's why you got one of the reasons you got the stop work order, because they just were not the right windows for that building. And I don't know whether you know, but the building served as a Civil War hospital back in the 1860s. And so it really is an important building in the city of Laurel in the historic district.
Okay.
And we just are trying to keep it in that frame of mind and the way it looks. On your drawings, one of my questions was, are they lights? No?
If you're able to maybe bring that up there and I can tell you.
So they're lights at the very top, and then the lower, under the windows are braces for the awning. So I have a question.
Do you want me to answer the light one, or are you guys good?
I'm not finished.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was just trying to wait for the rendering so I can answer the question correctly.
I think, it's in the fourth packet. I was looking for it too.
There it is.
Yeah, so those would be lights kind of flashing down.
And they'd be there on all night?
They would turn on at nighttime, yes.
Right. Brooke, can you show the picture of the building that I So do you see where the circle is over
Yes.
top of the building? There's a lot of buildings down on that street that have that, I want to call
Like
it
cornice.
It's a cornice.
And if there's any way to tie that into the building, to tie it in with the other buildings instead of, I think that's going to be a lot of light.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I mean, that is a nice look. So, and with the material that we're proposing to use on the outside, that's definitely, can happen. So,
Great, great. And then
so you
another,
you prefer less lights on the facade?
yeah, I just think, there are street lights down there, and I just think that might be a lot of light.
Okay.
Maybe lower, but not so many.
Okay.
And then another question that I had was the doorways on the building. If you notice the doorways in other buildings, they are recessed, where these look like they're right flat in front, and they're all glass. Is that what we're seeing?
Yes. So they're pretty much similar. So the corner is one space. There was a dress shop there that they moved out. So we're getting ready to put up a lease sign to try to find a new tenant for that corner. So we would essentially leave that space for the potential tenant to figure out what to do with that.
Sure.
The middle is our salon. That is recessed in, and sorry. So the corner suite the door is recessed in. There's maybe a 2-foot jog inside, and the middle one a 2-foot jog. The one on the end that is a stairway to go upstairs, that currently is at the sidewalk level. So that's
It's flat.
flush. Yeah, that's
Right.
flush with the thing. So there are two of them that are recessed. That corner one with the steps that goes upstairs, that is flush with the building.
And so all of the windows are going to be 2/2, as in
Yes.
the pictures.
Yes.
Great.
On the application, it says no paneling. That for me.
I guess it's how it's
It
shown
should
on
look
there.
like that.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have any idea what is under that siding that's already there.
Yes, it's some really weird construction that I've never seen before. It's actually like a bunch of pieces of wood stacked up. That's kind of the framing in some areas. And in the other areas, it's your traditional 2x6 framing. Some of it has like air barrier, other pieces hasn't. It looks like it's just been repaired throughout the years, different
sure it
construction.
has.
So it's a mixed match of a bunch of different
Sure.
things. So
Has the wedding shop moved out?
yes, they have moved out.
Did she close their business or?
I'm not sure what she went. So their last day there was like the beginning of this month. The beginning of this month, we've taped up the windows just so it doesn't look unsightly. And we reached out to some realtors to try to put it on the market for for any type of tenant that would be interested in the space.
Right.
If you go around, let me get this on. If you go around to the side of the building that's on Avondale Street, you'll see a plaque on the building that Mrs. Snyder was talking about.
Okay.
Can you keep that plaque on the building?
Absolutely.
Because it's a historical landmark.
So Main Street, Avondale on the side.
Yeah,
I think I know.
it's right here.
Okay.
It's right.
They
Yeah.
are now.
If you-
There's
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah, if you look here, it's right there.
There's 2 of them or one?
Yeah,
of them?
there's
There's two.
There's 2.
One for the walking tour and one for the Civil War.
Yeah, but I mean, I have no issues keeping that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do remember seeing one. I just can't remember seeing the second one, but I'll make sure to look.
Yeah, thank you.
I noticed that in the cover page of your architect's submission, it says that the work will include any special requirements to comply with the historic review submission. Did he see the guidelines before preparing the drawings?
I guess I wouldn't be able to answer that question for him, but I'm sure, I mean, he's an architect and I know he does a lot of projects, so.
Because this is a really attractive building, and it would be an attractive building, modern building on Route 1. But it just doesn't fit in with a main street in a historic district. And they're any of the choices that are made, the lighting, the entrance canopies, the windows. The windows, though, are better if they're 2/2. You say they're 48 by 36?
Yes, if that's what's on the application.
Because those look much larger than that. But that's good.
Well,
Those would be better.
those would be better
Yeah.
than the original.
48 by 36, and what's up there now.
Oh, okay, right.
Stucco is an odd finish for a building on Main Street. None of the rest of them have it.
Okay.
And it's not something that fits into a historic area. The doors in the first floor windows look great. A suggestion of a cornice. It doesn't have to be a copy of a Victorian cornice, but like the old building had just a space up there that was different and sort of evoked. This, in the guidelines, it says new facades should be compatible with historic buildings in proportion and relationships to wall area and openings. Windows and door openings should correspond to the rhythm and proportion that exist on neighboring structures. This would be vastly different from any of its neighboring structures. So that's my comment.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a few comments.
Yes.
I'm very excited. Thank you for coming to Laurel. We appreciate everybody that wants to put in renovations on Main Street. I would like to see something that, like everyone said, fits a little bit better. If you look at the Maryland Historical Trust inventory of historic properties in the city, it lists this as a 2-story, 6-bay, vinyl over wood, large glass storefront. So if there was anything that you could do to mimic that siding that's there, or something that was more historically appropriate from like 1861, which would have been the wooden siding, I think it could still look very nice. I think we could add the exterior lighting, which is something that I think is needed on Main Street. But if there was anything that we could do to make this look like it fits more in the historic district, I think that would be fantastic.
Is it possible for the architect to come?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that this one worked out.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
when-
think
when-
it's a lot for you to take in. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I will share all this info with him, and I mean, I think he's pretty good. He's gonna update the drawings. I'm gonna, relay a lot of the information I've heard tonight to update the drawings, and we'll do a resubmission to see where we're at. I don't mind going with a siding look. I just thought this was maybe a fresher look than just siding, but we can go with siding.
We like old
Okay.
in this part of town.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could potentially be a tasteful mix. It doesn't have to be 100% historical. It just needs to look more.
I know there's like hardy siding and like big hardy
yeah, that's
things, so we
Yes.
can do that.
I think it's a beautiful building, just not on that street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And Brooke could send you the photos from the way it used to look, so that
It's
you
had
can.
and I looked it up actually. It's had a
Oh.
bunch of different looks throughout the years.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's been a bunch of different things.
Yes.
And
Some
the
better
current
than
look
others.
is not desirable.
And we were trying to mimic kind of the corner that was white. That new restaurant that's in the corner, Sky Lounger.
Right.
I
Well,
think it's
that was
called.
a much newer
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were trying to mimic because they have that kind of that white and black look.
Yeah.
So we were trying to mimic that to have that kind of similar look on that same block. So.
That original building was probably, 1950s or 60s?
Yeah. It looked like the restaurant, the application where they just wanted to put the awning. It was just a plain
Okay.
brick. Yes.
Is there alternatives for Mr. Javier to do for this building? I have concerns because you probably have done a full inspection of this building, correct?
Yes.
So you know the ins and outs. My concern is if he goes back to the date and time you want him to, it may not be something that he can do. If you go back to 1800s and try to mimic that, that may be expensive to do. So I'm trying to see if you guys can have some alternative that he can do to probably get this project going. I know you have concerns with the windows, the doors, the siding.
Right. Well, I think the applicant has stated that he would be happy to go back to his architect and share our concerns. But I don't think we're asking for anything more expensive or anything. I think we're just asking for a different look, not a.
Now, I just want to be clear. Are you looking for the look of 18?
No, I was just referencing when the building was built.
Just something that is going to fit in with the street.
Yeah, but I understand. We went through the history of Miss Gale, showed the cornice at the top, and we went through the history of the siding as it is today. I just want to be clear so that Javier can go back to architect. Are you looking for something similar to that, or are you looking for something close to a modernization of the whole main street? Because we do have different facades. We do have different textures. Are you looking for something similar to that?
Okay.
I think we're looking for the architect to come back with some of our proposals and see what he suggests.
After he
Yes.
has thoroughly read the guidelines,
Yeah, I know.
because it doesn't seem like they did.
Right. We do not think the architect took the historic district into consideration when he designed this. So we are asking that the architect come back with a different design.
Or just come back to discuss it.
Yes.
He hasn't started work yet, so it's,
So,
Can we table this?
well, so you're good. I mean, you were the one who brought up going back to your architect, right? And
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, if it's something that is, this is a big task, right?
Yes.
This entire project. I mean,
Yes.
this is our
it's a big deal.
yes, for sure. So if it's something like to keep it historic that is unattainable for us, if like financially, I would come back
Right.
with
And,
that.
and I do not anticipate, we're not asking you to go buy old hardwood for siding and,
Yeah.
I don't, wrought iron
Absolutely.
railings
So
or
I'm gonna
cornices.
bring this.
So that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
we appreciate that you're so agreeable with trying to work with.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because it's, it's a big deal for you and it's, it's a big building on Main Street.
Yeah.
So it's got a big presence. We do have, this is the first time it's ever happened since I've been on the commission. We have somebody who would like to speak on this issue. So, excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
So that's going to be future apartments. So there's a second component to the project that the architect is doing drawings for is apartment.
Okay.
Which most of those buildings down there have.
Yeah, I think that pretty much that entire block, that's exactly how it is.
Also in the package, I didn't see an elevation of the rear of the building.
It should be, in the drawings there
I
is.
didn't see it. Side,
Yeah,
but no
it's
back.
all sides.
So there's,
It's like a weird slope ceiling. And that roof is failing too, so that's a,
We
That
have
might be
a,
roof.
we have a
that's
description
floor.
of the building when it was used as a Civil War hospital.
okay.
And if you go to the back of the building, you can see what that description is talking about, that there was a old store where the hospital was
Okay.
and a 2-story home that housed the nurses and the hospital matron.
Okay.
So you can see that from the back, but
yeah, I see roofs.
yeah, I didn't
I
see.
saw, yeah. I don't,
I see an existing, but not a proposed.
Right, there's a photo of what it looks like now, how it is now.
Are you proposing, Ms. Frazier, that they keep that slanted roof?
No, I'm proposing that they tell us what they're going to do.
What it looked like.
If you look on the floor plan, I do know it shows it. So that roof is going kind of like this right now, and it's actually like doing that. So we propose just doing a straight roof, and that's just going to make the building square.
It's just that it wasn't there. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I thought it was. I know on the floor plan he draws that the new framing that we need to do.
Okay.
So it's a rectangular building, you know, in total
Right.
versus the slant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it would be, you know, kind of
Oh, I see.
exactly like that straight down.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the only thing I wanted to add was that we like the original size windows. In the application, it says they're smaller.
Okay.
We like the
And
16.
I don't mind keeping them the same. That's
Okay,
probably
great.
that's not a big deal.
Um,
Actually, on this corner, the last two windows,
mhm.
that would be difficult because there's a weird step up from this building. Almost seems like it's two buildings. There's
Yes.
a weird step up in that suite there.
Mhm.
The windows would be on the ground. So we would keep them at the same size.
Okay.
I mean,
If you
so I'm
look-
talking about
Yeah.
the two end ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look down the street, I think there are at least one that I can think of that does have those tall windows that end at the floor level.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we do like to keep our windows
Okay.
similar.
Uh-huh.
Are there any other questions or comments?
A part of
Oh,
the
yes.
package also is the retaining wall in the back.
Yes. So I didn't, so I guess it's that stone stuff that was in the beginning of the application?
Yeah, so that's the contractor that I hired. He's done
Okay.
that type of retaining wall. So it's on the other side of the property where that other building joins my building.
Okay.
Right there, it will be a retaining wall across to make that completely like a flat parking lot.
So I did not drive back there, I'm sorry, or walk back there.
So you're saying the retaining wall would essentially go the property line?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
In the rear, right? The parking lot in the rear.
Okay. So just across the back, or would it?
Yeah, and
Turn.
so it was separate drawings, not these. It wasn't on these architecturals. There was some engineering drawings that we
It was on the
submitted
other
that
packet.
showed.
Oh, is it packet 3?
It was a survey and then
Okay.
retaining
I'm
wall.
scrolling.
We just need to find the right packet. Here we go.
I did not see.
I did not see that.
This came after the packet was sent out.
Oh, okay.
So that's just an example of what the
Oh.
retaining wall would look like.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a few pages up for where the location is.
Saw
So
that.
I saw. A lot of stuff. Okay, so there's the. Yeah, the first page of packet 3 is the. Oh, it was an example of the awning. Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know what it was.
But
though.
it was the plat that I guess I didn't understand exactly where the retaining wall was going. So.
Where does the retaining wall go?
Um,
Does it go to the alley?
yeah, it stops right at the alley, like curves off.
So there's, how would people get into the parking lot?
It would have two, from the alleyway, you can enter and exit, but also from Montgomery, you'll be able to enter.
Okay.
So right now, you're really only able to park on one side. So it essentially double the parking, and that would just look nicer. Right now, it's just a bunch of weeds. There's a
Right.
bunch of weeds back there.
And it can be tough to park on Main Street.
Oh, Brooke, go back up on the window survey. Stop. I think that's where it says that there's no paneling on the windows,
Correct.
but the drawing shows
So,
2/2.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'd like the 2/2 and the original size.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else? Do you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, just on the retaining wall. Because parking is tough on Main Street. And, fortunately, we've been able to get an uptick in business. And I know some clients are having a tough time parking on Main Street. So we wanted to try to get going on that part of the project. And just seeing, is that a separate issue from the facade, or would that be able to handle differently the parking?
I would say to make things easier, just put it all together.
Okay.
I mean, are you going to start, do you want to start that work before you start the facade?
Yeah, that would be helpful. And it's actually, I guess, two different, because the architect isn't handling that.
Okay,
We
yes.
hired another engineer to design it, to design the retaining wall.
Okay. Do we feel like we have enough information on this retaining wall? Or not? So. Could,
Excuse me, I have a question.
yes.
Hi, my name's Tiamani Hamlet. I'm the chief building official for the city. I do have a question in regards to the retaining wall and paving of that back lot. You did mention that you plan on putting in a retaining wall to kind of help combat the parking, but that is a shared alley, if I'm not mistaken. Now, my concern with that is, do you plan on repaving that parking lot, and what are the dimensions for the retaining wall? And has a surveyor already come out and conducted a survey of the lot to make sure that you aren't encroaching on your neighbor's property?
Yes, so it's actually staked out by the survey, and we submitted the survey plan
Okay.
with our packet.
Yes.
So it's staked out already, and it won't be encroaching. I think it's like 3 inches onto our property that we will build the retaining wall.
Okay, and have you accounted for, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but have you already accounted with that? Have you also accounted for the additional parking concerns as well as paving? Because if you plan on redoing the roof's pitch, eventually the water will go somewhere, it'll have to go somewhere. So if you plan on doing a flat roof in a building that's already tight, have you accounted for the utilities that will have to go on top of the roof in addition to the downspout or downspout configuration or where the runoff will be?
Yeah, so that would be in the facade renovation packet.
Okay.
We will have our downspouts running probably under to go to the sewers. But the retaining walls also have weep holes in them that water won't be trapped under there. And then there'll be asphalt there that, and it'll be sloped correctly how it's shown on the drawings for the water runoff.
Yeah, I didn't see a paving submittal for this. That's why I asked.
Oh, it's asphalt. So I think it should be shown on the drawings as asphalt and not pavers.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So I still don't feel like I've seen a drawing of this parking lot. Have I missed that somewhere?
I've seen the or the retaining wall details, but I haven't seen.
There's a whole, see,
site
that's
plan.
part of the calculation of the drawings. If you keep
I've seen the
going up-
calculations, but I haven't seen
Right.
the plan.
Yeah,
The plan.
Yeah, so if you go down to the second page, so that's the retaining wall.
That's,
That's the construction detail, but it's not the plan view.
if I'm looking overhead behind your building,
Yeah, so the survey, it should be on here. It is on here. I mean, we submitted it. With
okay,
the survey
so my
with this as
question is,
well.
where is it? Because I don't recall seeing it.
The construction details look correct.
Hello, my name is
Yes.
Taylor Hi, my name is Taylor Harvey. I'm the planner one. So he did submit the survey that is on, I'm not sure what page that is, but that's the plan that has the different colors on it. However, there wasn't a site plan submitted showing where the location of the retaining wall is proposed to be, as well as the other instructions on what they're trying to do with the building. That hasn't been submitted yet.
Okay, so that's why I didn't know where exactly this retaining
Correct.
wall was going. Okay.
Yes.
We need that,
Site plan.
please.
Okay, and I thought that was submitted. I mean, I saw it, so I'll check on that. But I thought that was submitted with the entire package to Real Central right now. Okay,
It was just the scope of.
okay.
Just a quick question, when you mentioned the downspouts, in the specs, it seems to indicate that they wanted to use shingles on the almost flat roof. Is that wise?
No, that's. I mean, it's almost flat, so you can't use shingles.
I didn't think so.
So that's not good. I don't think that's what is shown on the plans is shingles.
Well, in the written material, it did.
Okay. Uh-huh. I know in the detail, but I'll make sure that's updated. But it's not shingles that's
not
supposed to be
good.
built. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone
Are
signed up to
there,
speak.
are there any other comments from any other commissioners, questions? Okay. Then now, if you don't mind, we have someone else who would like to speak on this matter.
Okay.
And then we'll welcome Ms. Lubinecki.
Yes, hi, Karen Lubinecki. And I just want to thank the gentleman for bringing what has the bones of a very good design in it. And I think the commissioners have all addressed a number of the issues, but I did want to bring a couple of additional ones to their attention that might be part of this discussion. If you look at the original blocks photo, the one with the circle in it, you can see that there actually is an overhang there. And the building as proposed is a flat building, which is that industrial look. And I would hope that you might encourage the applicant to actually include some of that overhang with the core bells that are there. If you look at see how that's an overhang, it's not a flat. And if you look at the really ugly block picture, the one from the 50s, okay, if you look further down the street from that one, you'll see some of those same kind of buildings sitting there. And I would want to encourage that to be part of the design so that maybe the core bells are up on the top.
Right.
And the overhang particularly, which is a really distinctive element. And I believe that when we redid Ragamuffins back when it was Gavrilis's and there was a fire and they had to rebuild the entire structure, that's why they put there's like an overhang, I believe, on that with the core bell. So to assuage some of the gentleman's concerns about costs, or Mr. Monte's concerns about the costs, that was factored in for a totally new build and seemed to be reasonable. So those are the two things I want to do. And I want to thank him for coming to redo this building.
Yes.
Which is lovely. The hair salon interior is gorgeous. So you obviously have.
That was my question. Sorry.
Yes.
You go ahead and finish.
It's really
and then,
quite wonderful. And you have the opportunity to do something really special with a very important building for the city of Laurel because it was a Civil War hospital and actually the home of one of our earliest department stores too. So you actually own something. You may not have realized how special what you own is, but that's a real gift. So I would encourage them to go back to those earlier looks.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. So you have it. You have it designed as flat, and this is just a little bit of an overhang. And if you look at other buildings, that's what they actually do. Okay? Thanks.
I have a question about the entrance to the hair salon. Is that going to be smoothed out in any way? I guess made more handicap accessible. This really has nothing to do with the historic. Just, is that part of the plan or not?
Changing the door?
No, it's just, I popped in one day. My mother, I have to take her places in a wheelchair, and it did not look like it was going to be easy for her to either use a walker to get in or a wheelchair. And I just, it's sloped.
It does have I guess it starts like this and goes in.
Right.
Also slants.
Yes.
It drops.
Okay, I didn't think so.
That would probably make it tougher.
Right. I just thought I would ask. All right. So it sounds like you are going to come back to us with some new plans, and we very, very much appreciate that. So I don't know that, do we need to take any action on this since the applicant is going to come back? Do we need to table it? We do need to table it, okay.
I would clarify exactly why.
Okay.
And if possible, the architect.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, he's not taking a month-long vacation. Okay. Would someone make a motion, please?
I will move that we table application HDC 2024-0109 for 373 Main Street in order to allow time for the applicant and his architect to return to discuss and propose a look for the building that would be more appropriate for the historic district.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Brooke, we have a motion to table and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes?
Mr. Schweitzer,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. McStaney,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you so much for your investment in the city. We appreciate that. Have a good night.
Sir?
Oh.
Karen, do you want to, that's the picture you were talking about with the,
Old block.
Yes. Yes.
That was a mistake.
We don't want that.
Thank you.
Yes. So we have staff approvals. Are there any comments or questions? No comments or questions on staff approvals? A motion to adjourn?
I move.
Thank you. Have a motion to adjourn. See, I will not be here in June, but I will be back in July. Thank you for coming. Really enjoyed the in-person. Nice to see you
I think it
all.
was very important tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.